Now, Central Oregon's local alert weather with Eric Oren.
Well, as happy a Monday as you can muster, everybody. Here we are taking a look at a view off of Mount Bachelor. A little bit smoky, visibility not tremendous, but a little better than down lower elevations. We do have a fairly hot and smoky day here on the high desert headed your way with an air quality alert. That's going to stick around until at least noon tomorrow. We'll talk about that more just here in a little bit. We do have some weather headlines to keep in mind. So, some storm activity potentially headed our way. Very light chance that's going to be taking place over actually Central Oregon. It's actually probably looking like it's a little more northeast of us, and that should be happening a little bit later on. Now, there is a cool down headed our way. There's a little bit of a low pressure system off the coast of Oregon and Northern California. It's going to kind of park in place going into tomorrow, and it should keep us fairly cool midweek through the weekend. And we do continue to have very unhealthy levels of smoke in the air. Smoke rolled in later last night, and it's going to be here for the foreseeable future. Winds forecast to change a little bit later today, but unfortunately, for the most part, we are looking to be fairly smoky. Here's that low pressure system I spoke about. It's a little bit further off the coast, and as we get into Tuesday, it's going to move down into this region right over here, and it's going to keep us cool. Although for the moment, you can see we are fairly dry in the region, and that's going to contribute to a very warm day that we're having. Now, here's a look at that air quality alert in place. Now, Deschutes County heavily affected here, and it should stay in place through at least tomorrow at around noon, and there's a chance it'll get extended based on the conditions and the wind on the way. It's going to be a fairly windy next couple of days. Right now, though, at the moment, winds are fairly moderate here in Central Oregon. They're going to move a little bit faster to the northeast as we get into this afternoon. Here's a look at how that's going to happen. So you can see around a little after lunch, we're moving to the north, and things are going to pick up in terms of speed just a little bit later than that. You can see here's 7 p.m. tonight, and the winds have shifted to the southeast, and they've picked up pretty significantly, and they're going to continue to do that. As they get overnight, we're going to die down a little bit. Here's 1 a.m. on Tuesday. Still pretty windy. It's a little bit windier than we see overnight, although we will see by the morning time things picking up again, and then around noon, they're moving to the southeast, and we're seeing very, very windy day tomorrow afternoon with gusts potentially even up to 30 miles an hour before they dissipate a little bit on Wednesday. And it should be bringing with it some smoky conditions as well. Here's a look at that smoke forecast. As we get into the day here, you can see this smoke to the west of us is going to blanket us pretty significantly and leave us a fairly dense coverage of smoke before things spread out a little bit, and maybe we get just a slight improvement here going into Tuesday. And Wednesday, same sort of idea. The wind's just going to continue to blow. Here's a look here at the actual air quality levels in the air currently now. Not looking very good. Up to our north, unhealthy, and down in Sun River and La Pine, we're looking very unhealthy. Right now, currently in Bend and Redmond, we're in the hazardous range. Now, there is a chance we'll improve just slightly, but more than likely, we are in not great conditions for the foreseeable future. Highs today are fairly warm. We're looking at the 80s and 90s, just about average here for this time of year, although we are on our way to a cooling trend. Overnight lows are fairly consistent as well in the 50s. We're going to continue to stay that way overnight for the foreseeable future as well. Taking a look at that 7-day forecast coming our way, here's some potential precipitation going on today and tomorrow, and then just a cooling trend headed our way as we go into the weekend. Potentially some more storm activity there on Friday, and 80-degree temperatures as well as some 50-degree overnight lows.